Greetings, everyone. I'm Dr. Anth. For at least 2 million years, humans were foragers. Our biology is adapted to a foraging lifestyle. However, in the 21st century, almost no one lives a foraging lifestyle. Beginning around 5,000 years ago, a drastic transition took place that radically changed the lives of women. Instead of equality and equity between men and women, as practiced by foragers, agricultural and herding societies began to see women as a form of property to be controlled and traded among men. Foragers travel every day for food, water, and other supplies. Most forager groups also move living sites several times each year. Girls and women who exercise a lot and eat a low-fat diet, as is true of foragers, tend to have delayed menstruation. Even if sexually active, they usually will not become pregnant until their late teens, when they are fully grown. Another impact of the forager lifestyle is that women tend to have only one child every 4 to 5 years. Forager women generally have their first child in their late teens and their second child in their mid-20s. Research in the 20th century found that the optimal ages for women to have children matched the forager lifestyle in terms of the best ages for pregnancy and spacing between births. For forager women, biology and lifestyle matched. For women in agricultural or herding societies, biology and lifestyle became grossly mismatched. When women became property, children also became property. Children could be put to work, girls could be sold as brides to improve their father's status, and or to increase his wealth. A change in diet that included more animal products such as milk, yogurt, and cheese increased the fat intake of girls and women, which meant they were able to have more children earlier and more often, especially in agricultural societies where people stayed in one place. The birth rate skyrocketed, and the number of children a woman had during her lifetime dramatically increased. As societies urbanized, men who could afford it kept their women confined to the home, where their role was basically to display the man's wealth and to have as many children as possible. Men who needed income from their women still attempted to keep the women at home by doing piecework or working in the homes of wealthier women. Women were denied access to the type and quality of education that men received. In the mid-19th to mid-20th centuries, unmarried women were allowed to work outside their homes in jobs that were still associated with a woman's role, such as teaching children, working in cloth factories, working as nurses, etc. As soon as a woman married or became pregnant, she was fired and sent back to the home. The vast majority of work done outside the home was done by men. Men designed and organized work structures that best suited men. Beginning in the 1970s, major changes that aided women began to occur. Birth control pills were widely available. Abortion was legalized in many countries. For the first time in at least 5,000 years, women could control when and if they became pregnant. Laws were changed that prohibited firing women just because they married or became pregnant. Women were admitted to colleges and universities that had only admitted men, allowing women to achieve the same education and credentials that law firms and corporations required. Construction, policing, firefighting, the military, and other traditional male occupations slowly opened to women. Women going for advanced education and into the workforce delayed having children until well past the optimal ages for pregnancy. When these women did finally get pregnant and give birth, they discovered that corporations and academia were not accommodating. Academia and corporations have been designed by men for men. If women wanted to work there, then women would have to adapt. Men certainly were not open to change. Over the intervening 50 years, very little has changed to take into account the biology of women. The optimal age for a first pregnancy is still about 18 to 24, with the optimal age for a pregnancy still about 24 to 28, and the optimal gap between births is still about 4 years. The viability of a woman's eggs still plummets after age 35, with pregnancy becoming increasingly difficult. Yes, researchers have made many medical advances, but those advances cannot change a woman's basic biology. What needs to change is how society, business, and academia are constructed. Women are half the population. Their needs should be fully embedded into the infrastructure of the 21st century. I will have more to say on this in the next video. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to my channel.